Same shit, bro. Bro, that's the same stuff. People don't know that it's the same thing. You know? I'll fucking kill you, bro.
I'm just kidding. A lot of history there. Don't worry about it, white people.
No, it is the same shit, dude. I will say, here's what I will say. As a person of Indian heritage, I am very happy that the virus came from China. Because in terms of countries with more than 1 billion people and terrible hygiene, it really was a toss-up between the two. You know? The world got a pandemic, but India dodged a bullet. That's how I feel. You know? Because India is unhygienic, but it's all out in the open. You see it right away. I didn't know about the wet markets in China. I had no clue, you know? They kept that under wraps. You know what it's like? India's like the kid in elementary school that used to like eat his boogers and like lick glue. And everybody's like, what's up with that kid? You know? But then China's the kid that was always very like neat and tidy, backpack perfectly organized, and then he opened his locker and it's just dead animals. And you're like, whoa! This kid has got some secrets, huh? That's the other thing. I'm just talking about cultural stuff. I don't know. You know the pandemic's bad because even ISIS hasn't taken responsibility. Generally, ISIS is very quick to be like, yo, we did that. But this time around, even ISIS is like, look, we had nothing to do with this. Okay? We used to love gathering in caves with our friends and plotting to overthrow America. It's been a different transition for different people. Americans have had it tough because we can't be like loud and obnoxious in public. That's what we do, you know. Other groups, easier transition. Like Muslim women in the Middle East. They read the news, they were like, cover your face and stay home. I mean, we got this, right? Fatima has been prepping for coronavirus her whole life. It's true. A lot of people are, blackface is a thing, right? These pictures are resurfacing and people are believing that it's inappropriate. It is inappropriate. You know what the worst blackface was for me? Was Justin Trudeau. You guys remember that? It was about a year ago, Prime Minister of Canada. Do we remember this? Yeah? Do you remember? Okay. So this is what happened. He went to an Arabian Nights party and he put all this brown paint over his face. And he took a bunch of pictures, he dressed up as like Aladdin. And that was upsetting for me, not because of that, but because he's a white guy. So he didn't have to do the face paint. A good-looking white guy can be any costume he wants. A good-looking white guy can wear poofy pants and a purple vest and a little hat, and everybody's like, holy shit, you're Aladdin. You're the perfect Aladdin. But if I wear a suit, and go to a party and go, I'd like a vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. They're like, oh, you're Indian James Bond. No, I'm regular James Bond, dude. Yeah, but like the Bollywood version. No. Regular James Bond. You got this, right? Minorities can't, it's hard to dress up for Halloween. I have a fat Korean friend. Imagine your head. Fat Korean, okay? He wanted to be a tree. He was so excited. He wore brown pants, green shirt, lights all around, and a little star on his head. And all night, people were like, are you Kim Jong-un? And he was like, what do you think? Do you think I dressed up as Kim Jong-un? Dressed up as a tree? Is that what you think? This is the truth. If it's a white outfit, you can't make it ethnic. Even colors, if it's white, you can't make it brown. That's how it works, right? Even the most common Halloween costume, what is it? A ghost. You can't get creative and use a brown sheet and send your kid out. Because when people open the door, they're like, okay, a transformer, a fairy princess, and a piece of shit? I don't even know. What are you? Right? I'm staying with explain to my parents through all this, which has been nice. But it has dug up some old trauma that I haven't dealt with, you know? Like the most traumatic time in my life, I'll tell you, it was ages 10 to 13. And that's because for those years, I was a competitive spelling bee champion. That's right. Soak it in. You know those nervous little Indian kids on TV? This is what they grow up and become. But I don't know, I hated it. I had to read the dictionary. It was not fun. My friends were reading like Harry Potter and shit. They were like, what are you reading? I was like, I'm on the D's right now. I don't know if you've ever read the dictionary, guys. There's not a lot of plot. There's no characters. It's pretty boring. It starts with aardvark and then it just goes downhill. Every book you read after reading the dictionary is a good book. I've never read a bad book. Mein Kampf? Wonderful. 13 was my peak year as a speller. I won my school, I won my county district, I won my county, I won my state district, and I went to state. And if I would have won state, I would have gone to the Scripps National Spelling Bee. And I remember after winning state district, I hated every moment of it. After winning state district, I'm in the car, and I'm sitting with my dad, and I just start crying. My dad's like, what's wrong? And I go, I don't want to go to state and lose. And any normal parent would hear that and go, this is too much pressure on this kid, we're taking him out of the spelling bee. But my dad heard that, and he looked right at me and he said, we also do not want you to lose. So then the next month, I go to the state spelling bee. And it's the first round. The first round is the easiest word. It's just, you just gotta, people need to know that you know what you're doing, right? And I get the word abdomen. And to this day, I don't know if I misspelled it accidentally or on purpose, but I got up there and I said A-D-B. And if you mess up, you're automatically disqualified. And they go, we're sorry, Mr. Sharif, you have to leave. And I'm walking off stage, and I'm thinking I can be sad, or I can be just proud that I made it this far. And I decided to be proud. And I see my parents on stage, and I go, I'm sorry I got disqualified, but most kids don't even get to do this. And my parents had figured this out by this point, and they said, we're so proud of you, we love you. They gave me a hug, it was really sweet moment. And then on the car ride home, I had like headphones in, but I wasn't playing anything. So my parents thought I couldn't hear them, but I just heard my dad like mumble to my mom, like, I mean, I could have spelled abdomen. No, I know, but I learned English when I was 30 and I could have done it. So, even now when I hear the word abdomen, I'm triggered. I really am. Before all this went down, I was at the gym and this trainer was training this like old lady, and he was like, when you do the pull down, you gotta squeeze your abdomen. I was like, are you fucking making fun of me, bro? Huh? Were you at the spelling bee? It's weird to think that just earlier this year I was traveling. I was in India, actually in January, and I like traveling because, I was born and raised in America, and I always feel like that's kind of a superpower, Because every time I go to another country, they see my face, and they think they can, like, talk down to me, They'll look at me and they'll be like, sir, passport? And then I just fucking slam that blue passport down with that big gold eagle on it, and I'm like, fucking say something, bro. Come at me. Thailand or whatever. I thought that this would work in every country I went to, but it did not work when I went to India. I'll tell you the story, this is the last thing I'll talk about. I was waiting in line, customs, and there's a white girl in front of me, a British girl, and she goes up to the customs officer and she gives him her passport, and he goes, oh, British? And she goes, yeah. And he goes, first time, India? And she goes, yeah. And then he goes, oh, welcome. And then he goes, hey, Choti, chai leke. Which in India, okay, ahead of me, but in India, every little Indian kid's name is Choti, right? So this little Indian kid pokes his head out of the storeroom, and that means get chai. And he comes out with a thermos of chai, and they serve it to this British girl, and she just starts sipping it, and all the officers are just staring at her. And I was like, well, why are you being so nice to the British? Do you want them to come back? What do you do? And I go, all right, if they get that treatment, I'm an American, so I'm gonna get like a 4-course meal. So I get up there, and he looks at me, and he just goes, "Welcome to Mumbai." And he opens the gate. And I realized at that moment, he didn't check for my passport because he thought I was one of them. And that made me mad, because I'm not. I'm better than them. You know? That's how I feel. And if that's not true, why did my parents sacrifice so much? So all in India, dude, they're just treating me like shit. They're like, you know, they're treating me like another Indian person. No service, they ignore me. And I was like, how do I explain to these people that I'm an American? Do I enter every room and just yell shit like, machine gun, hamburger, Donald Trump? What do I do? How do I prove to these people that I'm an American without any sort of verbal cue? Do I need a Gucci belt? Do I need an iPhone 11? What do I need? And I figured it out accidentally. You know what the answer is? The answer is a roll of toilet paper. Let me explain. I've gone to India 4 times. Every time I've gone, explosive diarrhea. And that's because the Western stomach is not built for Indian food, right? Indian food is the alpha male of foods. Italian food is like, I'm just happy to be here. Indian food is like, what the fuck is up, huh? Who wants diarrhea? You want diarrhea? Anyways. The other issue with it is, in India, in all the bathrooms, there is no toilet paper. But what they do have is a hose. And I know what you're thinking. Do you mean a bidet? No. I mean a garden hose attached to a wall that shoots a water cannon into your asshole like it's breaking up a protest, okay? Right? Pakistan, you know, same shit. So, everywhere I go, I have to carry around this roll of toilet paper. And guess what, guys? That's when I got the fucking respect I deserved. Alright? Because I'd walk into restaurants and they'd see me, they'd put it together, they're like, alright, he can't handle our food, so he's from a different country, but he's kind of chubby, so he's from a country that has a lot of food. Holy shit, this guy's American. And then they would dust off tables and they treated me like a king. It was incredible. Yeah. One time I went to one of the restaurants and the manager came up to me and he saw the toilet paper and he was like, oh, you're American? I was like, yeah. He's like, upset stomach? I was like, yeah. And he was like, Sprite is good for stomach. And I was like, okay. And then he goes, hey, Jordan, Sprite make it out. And then the same